Well, MarkeeDragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and it came to my attention that our last video caused a little bit of a stir. So, Wes Craven in the TERA forums, he posted challenging why we were given 1,000 beta codes to give away for TERA. And he says here that he is the cancer of the MMO world, heavily involved in RMT. He even talks about selling TERA codes on his store in the future, and what kind of codes. Please tell en masse to tell me that you are not working with him and that you did not hand him these codes. I can't believe he got them by using bots or something, or I can believe he got them by using bots or something on other beta code giveaways. I would just like to know that he does not have en masse support. Well, I want to address that. And there's quite a few things to address. In fact, this thread is very long, full of flames. You have to really get through the flames to get the meat of it, but I want to address that. And so the first is that these codes come directly from en masse. They are not botted or gotten from some other website or anything like that. They're all legitimate codes, and we're giving them all away for free. So, you know, I'd like to address several things here. And the first thing I'd like to address is the questions about RMT and what MarkeeDragon's involvement is in RMT. Well, I can tell you this, that yes, MarkeeDragon became one of the largest places in the world for RMT, and that was many years ago. Back in the beginning, when we supported Ultima Online, starting in 1997, there was no such thing as RMT. No one knew what that meant. No one had any clue about it, and it just wasn't an issue. And in fact, when RMT started, before they even called it RMT, it was looked at as a big badge of honor for the game. And so we handled a lot of transactions in Ultima Online, and I don't know how much money's worth, but it was a lot. And eventually, they changed their terms of service, stating that the actions that we were doing were not okay, except they grandfathered us in because they saw that we were legit, we were doing honest business. And so a group of us were the only ones who were allowed to do it. And finally, we exited out of that market. We no longer support Ultima Online. The game is too small. One of the things that happened to make us really big in RMT was World of Warcraft account trading. And we didn't go out looking for this or anything. It just started happening in our forums. And next thing we knew, we were the largest place in the world for buying, selling, and trading World of Warcraft accounts. Well, about 2 years ago, we gave all of that up. We did not want to violate the terms of service for any game. We didn't want to cause all this fuss. We wanted to do honest business. And so we gave it up. And in fact, at the end of this video, I will link to a couple of videos that actually talk about our exit. And these videos are from 2 years ago. You'll see I've lost a lot of weight because I was much heavier back then. So we don't do anything these days that violates the terms of service of any game. In fact, we work with the games, not against them. So I want to dispel any rumors that we're bringing RMT specifically to TERA. And we're not. We're just going to be selling game codes, and they'll be whatever game codes en masse provides. It's not a matter of farming them or anything like that. I see a whole bunch of stuff about farming and about how farming is so evil. I want everybody to know I've never been involved with farming. And so all I've been involved with is the buying and selling and trading of services and goods. But we never had any farms or anything like that. Let's see here. We are asking in the video for people's first name, last name, and their email address in exchange for the beta code. And we're doing this because I'm the former CEO of Shatter Crystal. I founded Shatter Crystal, and they've been selling game codes now for over 10 years, very successful in the market. I have left that company. I'm no longer there. I am starting a new company, and it's MarkeeDragon Game Codes. This new company will be selling stuff similar to how Shatter Crystal does, but we won't be focusing in the same areas that they do. And so this is what we're doing here is we're building our initial newsletter list, and I don't think it's unreasonable to ask that all of the people on our YouTube channel, which is where we posted it, we already have a whole bunch of subscribers there. We posted it there that in exchange for getting them on our newsletter list, we would, in fact, send them this beta code. And, in fact, we have sent everyone a beta code who has asked for one. Now, the newsletter list is not something we don't just spam to it. We're not selling it to anyone else. We're using it to give out more beta codes. That's what we always use the newsletter for at Shatter Crystal for 95% of the time. And that is what I plan to do with everyone who has requested a beta code. You'll be put on this newsletter list. If you don't like what you get, just hit the unsubscribe link the very first time you get it, and you're off. And the newsletter will be to announce other games that are coming out and to give you guys more beta codes or other special stuff. You know, some of the things we do with some of the game companies is we work out a deal to get some special item in the game. So if you buy the game time code through us, that it also gives you, I don't know, you know, helmet of handsomeness or something like that for your character. I don't know. You know, it's just stuff like that that will, you know, it's just a little perk. That's all it is. So why does MarkeeDragon matter to a game like TERA and other games? Well, I'll tell you this. In the market of selling game codes, it's very similar to selling in the RMT markets. It is very, very high fraud. There are some countries that you'll get up to 50% fraud from if you don't do very special precautions to take payments from those customers. Well, companies like Inmass and other companies that we work with, they want to sell to those markets, but at a 50% loss, they can't afford to. So they go with someone like us. And because we have the ability to sell to those markets through what we've learned through RMT and code sales, through all of these other previous years, about how to do it without taking fraud. And so, in effect, what we're doing is we are taking some very high fraud countries for Inmass and for other game companies, and we are giving them the ability to sell to those countries, whereas otherwise they would just have to turn it off and not sell to those countries at all. So all of you that are in those high-risk countries, Russia, China, let's see, Nigeria, Kenya, a lot of African countries, even United Emirates and Romania, you know, Brazil. These are all very high fraud countries, and it, you know, all of you guys who live there are going to be able to play the game because we are selling the codes, whereas Inmass going directly to them, they may not, you may not have the ability to buy the codes directly from them, but you will from us. And we also will sell to the rest of the world too. So that's why we're here. It's not for anything else nefarious. We're not going to take over some RMT market within the game. Not going to do anything like that. So I realized that this thread was a big flame war for the most part, but I felt that it was really important to address this topic because we're not doing anything to disrupt the game. We're only trying to enhance it. So that's about it on that. Now, for those of you who watched my last video and claimed that I was shooting in front of a green screen, let me show you here. I am not shooting in front of a green screen. This just happened to be the flood zone yesterday, and, you know, it's, I don't know, you know, I'm not going to run out that it's really muddy out there. But here, I'll show you right here. I'm going to move the camera. I'm going to grab one of these plants here, and just to show you that it's all real. And so even though it was kind of a really cool effect. Okay, let's see here. Moving the camera here. Let's go down. And, you know, you can see here, this is real, not fake. So, anyway, I'm MarkeeDragon. Everybody take care.